Hello Aquarius, it's Maggie the Irish Gypsy bringing you your February 2025 mid-month general reading. So we're looking at the last half of February for the air sign of Aquarius. I hope you're all doing very well. As always, thank you so much for taking the time to be here and watch these videos. Please like, share, and subscribe. Remember, these are general readings, so you may want to watch your sun sign video, your moon, your rising, your Venus sign for any additional insight or perspective they can offer. If something really does resonate with you and you'd like to take a deeper look at it, pull the curtain back a bit, or you simply resonate with a reading style and you're interested in a personal reading with me for yourself or as a gift for someone else, feel free to email me, Maggie1McGuire@gmail.com. You can also see that contact information by clicking on the description of this video. I would love to hear from you, and I can usually respond quickly within 24 hours with more information. I offer a pretty wide variety of reading choices, different types, lengths, costs, styles, spreads. The 6 and 12-month overviews are still quite popular right now. A little something for everyone in there. And I'm also pretty diligent about the timely scheduling of personal readings. So again, email me if you're interested. All right, Aquarius, let's move right along and see what the second half of February has coming in for you. We begin with the 8 of Coins. Work, nose to the grindstone, putting a lot of time, effort, and dedication into something, building up bit by bit, step by step, a solid, stable foundation for yourself moving forward. It is our traditional work project, you know, the skilled artisan working, doing his best, creating. This could be work, career, business, projects. Next, we have the Fool, which is a strong implication that a pretty significant cycle, chapter, set of chapters, journey is coming to an end so that you can start a brand new one, going in a different direction, trying a different path, maybe doing something you've never done before, or doing something that maybe is taking a risk, stepping off the beaten path into the unknown, you know, getting out of your comfort zone, something completely new. And the Knight of Coins, a traditional job offer for some of you. I mean, the Knight of Coins, Knights usually represent a goal, a mission, a focus, offers and opportunities, and the speed at which situations move. So this is moving step by step towards some kind of goal or you know, mission, some kind of focus that you have, but it can also represent an offer, an opportunity in that direction. Some of you may be getting a new job. It might be something you've never done before. You might be switching careers. You might be starting brand new projects. There's a sense of newness and risk-taking kind of about it. It could be moving and relocating as well for some of you. Primary theme, focus, energy is the 7 of Swords, but you may be playing your cards pretty close to your chest because this is a card of things concealed. It can be positive, it can be negative, it can be neutral. It's self-serving. It's somebody who has something they want to accomplish, do, but in the process of that, they're being very secretive about it because that's what serves their purpose. You know, in this particular reading, it could be that some of you are currently working a job, but you've been looking for another one, not talking about it, of course, and moving forward, right? It's a card about strategizing. And strategizing is almost always done behind closed doors, right? Because you don't want other people to know what's going on until it comes out or until, you know, the last minute, right? Okay. Well, let's clarify some of this. Let's take a look at that 7 of Swords for the primary focus, the primary theme. I mean, sometimes the Seven of Swords can represent deceit, kind of have negative connotations, theft, exploitation, but I'm not really getting that here. I'm getting just straight up strategy, keeping it to yourself. It may be because some of you don't want it getting out because it would cause conflict, or you just don't want to deal with the consequences of it until you absolutely have to. Knight of Swords, the Hanging Man. Yeah, this is biding your time, not taking any particular action yet until you feel like the time is right, until you have everything that you need, and then you're going to act with speed, momentum, and intention. But right now you're kind of like, it's the breath before the storm is what it kind of feels like. All right, let's take a look at that Eight of Coins. The Nine of Wands, Judgment, and the World. Remember, the Fool is the very first major arcana card, so it represents a whole brand new cycle starting. Well, the World is the last major arcana card, and it represents a cycle, a journey coming to an end, a conclusion, a graduation point, so that you can move on to a brand new journey, right? Judgment is about that crossroads, that potentially making a significant or profound decision that will likely change your life path. The consequences of it are typically long-lasting, if not permanent, so it's about making that careful choice. The Nine of Wands is feeling kind of tired, worn out, discouraged. Perhaps a lot has gone on, but since tens numerically in the tarot represent a cycle completion as well, you're very close to the end of what perhaps has turned out to be quite a difficult thing, and it's clarifying the Eight of Coins. So the thing, I mean, this is a general reading, so the thing is going to vary, but it might be your career itself, it might be a particular job, a particular project, anything that you've been putting a lot of steady, dedicated work into. It is drawing to a close, so that you can move on and start something completely new, although it feels like many of you are just kind of keeping it very hush-hush on the down low, right? Let's take a look at the Fool. Stepping out into the unknown, taking a risk, getting out of your comfort zone, something completely new. Queen of Swords, that'd be you, Aquarius, Gemini, Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Ten of Cups, Temperance, Five of Swords. And there's almost an obsessive sense about this, like no matter what. Like you're going to do it no matter what the challenges are, no matter, how long you may have been waiting or have had to wait. It's like no matter what, you're going to do it, because the Five of Swords is it's winning at all costs. It's moving forward at all costs, even if that cost comes at, having to walk away from things, perhaps that might be difficult or challenging, because Temperance, because it's all about the need to balance and adapt and adjust, the need to regain balance, or perhaps to get away so much from constantly having to shift and change and adapt and adjust for all these things that you can't control. The Ten of Cups is the happy home, happily ever after, white picket fence energy. It may be whatever your situation is with home and family. It may be that this is what's needed for the health and well-being of home and family, whatever that means to you in terms of, if you're married, if you have kids, if you have a house, if it's just your own work-life balance, it feels like you've been juggling for quite a long time, and you have step by step in making plans for a change, and that change is almost upon you. Well, for some of you it might be in this general reading. Let's take a look at that Knight of Coins. My steady Eddie, I call this knight, the Knight of Earth. He's perhaps a little slower than his other brother knights. But all knights move fairly quickly. It's just that the Knight of Coins or Pentacles, the Knight of Earth, is a little slower than the other three knights because he's more cautious, more detail-oriented, but he doesn't get distracted, or she never fails to reach that end goal. The Ace of Pentacles, a practical new beginning, moving, relocating, new jobs, new projects, a combination of all of those things. The Ace of Cups, so the beginning of the heart opening up again. And the Devil, kind of an obsessive energy here, you know. There's a sense of, I'm going to do this at all costs. I'm going to do this no matter what, because I need this. I need to get away from the weight and the constant juggling and the constant having to adapt and adjust, all of that kind of thing. It feels like for a lot of you, there's so much earth energy or so much practical components in the primary energy here, that many of you, it's in the earth energy area of your life, work, career, money, projects, moving, relocating, which has an effect, of course, on your personal life and your emotional life. Now, to look at it from the perspective of love and romance and intimate relationships, which, you know, is not the strongest energy here, but for those of you for whom it might resonate, again, it's making a significant major change to exit one situation in your intimate personal life, either for another one or just to get away from, you know, the need to regain and maintain some kind of healthy balance in your life. So let's end with advice, guidance, feedback from Spirit. The Emperor, the Three of Wands, the Star, the Hermit. Okay. So it's all about growth and expansion for the future, more growth and expansion for the future, renewal and restoration of hope, faith, and optimism. But these two cards, I want to pull your attention to, the Hermit and the Emperor, in terms of advice. It's not a question of Spirit. It feels like Spirit is supporting the direction that you're going in, because it's about future growth and expansion. It's healthier. It's a sense of, you know, even just thinking about it and kind of making the plans about it renews and restores your sense of optimism and hope and faith. But these two cards represent, as advice, how you go about doing it. Because the Emperor is the Emperor, right? He's the head honcho. He's over all the kings and queens and all the kingdoms of the kings and queens, which comprises the empire that the Emperor is over. So this is about responsibility, dedication, high moral and ethical value, the greater good, being a responsible person. This is a person who, you know, has a lot on his or her shoulders, doesn't take it lightly, and does what's best for everyone, right? Or makes the best decision for the greater good. Doesn't do things in a spontaneous, impulsive, or fly by the seat of his pants kind of energy. So it's about being responsible, accountable, and disciplined in the decisions that you make on how you move through this. And the Hermit is somewhat similar. The Hermit is a bit more spiritually attuned. The Hermit has learned a lot from his or her own path of life, trial and error and mistakes and successes and failures, but he's learned that lessons, and he's using the knowledge and experience of the life that he's walked so far, which is symbolized in the light of the lantern, to light his way, to know which way to go, to avoid the pitfalls maybe that he stumbled over in the past, right? So it's about using that knowledge and experience and the lessons learned and your spirituality or your gut instinct, your intuition as well, so that you don't, kind of make mistakes or do things in your process of walking through this that you would regret later. Again, be a wise person and a responsible, disciplined, prudent person in terms of how you do this. You can exit anything in a moral and ethical way. It doesn't mean that the other person or the other side is going to like it and you have no control over how they react to it. But there's a moral and ethical way to exit anything, Okay, I'm going to leave it there. Aquarius, those are your messages for the second half of February 2025. For those of you for whom it resonated, I hope it was useful to you, gave you something to chew on. If it was, and you'd like to pull the curtain back on it a bit and take a deeper look, a deeper dive, or you simply like the reading style, if you're interested in a personal reading with me for yourself or as a gift for someone else, please email me, Maggie1McGuire@gmail.com. You can also click on the description of this video to see that contact information as well. I would be delighted to hear from you and to work with you. I will see you all in a little while for the next set of generals. Until then, be safe, be well, be blessed, and I hope to see you back here again soon. Take care. Bye-bye.